So good afternoon, everyone. So how are you all?
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir.
Sir.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Okay. In the last class, we started with the topic counting proper coloring. Okay. So in that actually we have a graph and we have given available colors. So we want to count how many different way we can do proper coloring to a graph. So we started with this. So let me. So simple notation was chi g comma k. Okay, it's a number of proper coloring of a graph using k available colors. So this is actually later on you'll see this is a polynomial and this is called chromatic polynomial. So I think we have seen few results. So I would like to ask you. So chromatic polynomial of actually polynomial I will define it later on. So let me call now the number of proper coloring of the graph kn with colors k. So this is equal to what? Do you remember or can you derive? The number of proper colorings of Kn using K colors.
K into K minus 1, K minus 2.
Yes, so there are n vertices. So for the first vertex you have K choice. For the second vertex you have K minus 2 choice because all vertex are adjacent to the other. For the third vertex, sorry, for the second vertex you have K minus 1 choice. For the third vertex you have K minus 2 choice and so on. So what will be number of choices left for the nth vertex, last vertex?
K minus n plus 1.
Yes, k minus n plus 1. If you notice, this is a polynomial in terms of k. K you treat as a variable, like number of colors will be given, but you treat k as a variable, then you see this is a polynomial in k and having degree. So degree means power, highest power. Degree will be n actually. Okay. So like number of proper coloring of the graph k in complement using k colors. So what was this?
Till K.
It's a k raised to power n. Okay, so do you want me to write the proof how it came like? So we can write also like if you want. So you can make it a theorem or make it a proposition, and we can prove also. So simply for the proving, just we have to give the arguments. Okay. So suppose if you want me to prove, then we can simply write the proof that in Kn each vertex is adjacent to the other vertex. Okay, each vertex is adjacent to the other vertex. So the choice of colors, so first vertex can be colored in k ways. Okay, in k ways because you have k colors. The second vertex can be colored in k minus 1 way because it is adjacent to the first one, and you know the rule of proper coloring. So adjacent vertices must have different colors. So again the third vertex can be colored in k minus 2 way. Okay, and so on. The last vertex, the nth vertex, can be colored in k is total colors, so k minus n. In bracket if you write, it's a k minus 1. Like this you can do. For the third vertex, suppose k minus 2. So you can observe the pattern. So for the nth vertex, last vertex, we have this choice. So total number of way, so we'll apply multiplication rule of counting. So we have to color each vertex. So total number of way of proper coloring of G. So this is k minus 1, k minus 2, k minus 3, and so on till k minus n plus 1. Okay, or in bracket if you write, then it's n minus 1. If you open the bracket, it's a minus n plus 1. Okay, I have also told you like this number actually you notice it's a kpn, like ncr, or this is equivalent to k factorial upon k minus n factorial, or actually in the standard books like by the foreign writers, if you see, so they write this notation as k suffix n, like what I want to say, npr they write like this way, and you also know ncr we write like n choose r. So don't confuse with the notations. Okay, so if I write this k suffix n in bracket means we have total permutation of k objects taken n at a time. Okay, all are different, so any one of notation can be used. Second theorem if I write, so the total number of way of proper coloring of graph kn complement comma k. So one of you told already, so it's going to be k raised to power n. If you want to prove this, so just we have to write the our argument and we have to justify this. So kn complement unit is a complement. So in kn what happens, each vertex is adjacent to the other. In kn complement no vertex is adjacent to other, so you can say each vertex is non adjacent to the other. So there is no condition to think of, because there is no edge in kn complement, only you have n vertices without an edge, so you can color with any. So like so in kn complement we have n vertices without any edge, fine. And the first vertex can be colored in, so you have total k available colors. Okay, so k ways. The second vertex can be colored in how many ways? Second vertex you can color in how many ways?
K ways.
Again you have k ways because there is no restrictions. Okay, because all are non-adjacent vertices, so you don't have to care about the no, different color on adjacent vertices. So they are all non-adjacent, that's why again the third vertex can be colored in k ways. Okay, and similar way, so you can write the nth vertex, okay, can be colored in k ways. So using multiplication rule of counting, so the total number of way of proper coloring of graph G. Okay, so this is chi kn complement comma k. So in place of G you can write kn complement. So this is for the first vertex k choice, for the second vertex k choice, for the third vertex k choice, and so on for the last vertex k choice. There are n vertices, so k raised to power n. Again, you can observe k raised to power n is also a polynomial in k, having degree n. N is the number of vertices. Fine. So this was the second result. Okay, and this is the first result. Okay. So let's come to the third. The third result we have is theorem you say or proposition. Okay. So write proposition. If T is a tree, okay, with n vertices, with n vertices, then total number of proper coloring of T using K colors is equal to. So can anyone tell me? I think we have not done. Okay, so let me do few examples, then I will come to the result. Okay, so suppose I take a simple. So just if you take just one vertex, then it's going to be, so T1 I say, है ना, tree with one vertex. Using K color, you have K choices. Now T comma T2 I write. So here in place of T, let me write Tn. Tn means with n vertices. Okay. So T2 comma K. So you have two vertex and they have an edge. Okay. Yeah. So how many ways you have to color the vertices, or number of proper coloring? Like A, B are two. Yes. So for the T2 tray with two vertices, this is like P2 you can say. So for the vertex A you have K choices, and for the vertex B you have how many choices?
K minus 1.
K
K
minus
minus
1.
1. Fine. Okay. Let's come to the T3 comma K. So like you can say this. Okay. This is a tree with three vertices, or you can see it is a P3 actually. So tell me, how many choices? Let me write A, B, C. So for the A, I have total K choices because we have K colors. I can use any one of the color at A, vertex A. At B, how many choices we have?
K minus 1.
K minus 1. And at C, how many choices we have?
K minus 1.
Again K minus 1. Because the color used at A cannot be used at B or C. So for B, only restriction is you cannot use the color used at A. For C, same restrictions. So you cannot use the color used at A. So again it has, so you can observe K into K minus 1 square. Okay, so like I want to write the number of proper coloring of T4 comma K, means tree with four vertices. So 1, 2, 3, and let me increase it 4. Okay, or you can make it right, no problem. Okay, so like A, B, C, D. Okay, now tell me, how many choices you have for A?
K.
K. Choices for B?
K minus 1.
K
K
minus 1.
minus 1. Choices for C?
K
K
minus
minus
1.
1.
So let me write it here. Yes, so K minus 1. For C you have K minus 1. For D?
K.
Sure.
Repeat, K or K minus 1 or K minus 2?
K minus 2, sir.
Why K minus 2?
K
So
minus 1, sir.
look, we have total K colors, है ना? So there is an edge between A C. So C has the restrictions that C cannot use the same color as A. So that's why C has K minus 1 choices. For D, how many choices you have? You have total K colors. But what is the restrictions over D? D cannot
Cannot
use the
use K
same
minus
color
1.
as C. But it D can use the color used at A, no problem. And D and
Yes,
A
sir.
are
K.
non-existent.
Yes, sir.
So how many? K
K minus
minus
1.
1.
K minus 1.
Fine. K minus 1. Actually, in tree, if you notice, each vertex except the root. Root means where you started. Okay. So the one vertex where you started, I call it root. So any vertex you see except the root will have K minus 1 choices. And for the root, you have K choices because you are starting there. So you can notice here K into K minus 1 power 3. Okay. Let me write one more. So So number of proper coloring of T5 comma K. Okay, let me write in this way. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me increase this only. How many have you used? Oh, sorry, I6. Used I6. Okay, let me use 5. So A, B, C. Okay, and D and E. Now again, you can notice. So for A, how many choices I have? K.
K.
For B,
K minus 1.
K minus 1, because it has restrictions due to A. So you can, B cannot be used the same color as like A. C has how many choices? Vertex C has how many choices of colors?
K minus 1.
K minus 1. For D,
K minus
again
1.
K minus
K
1.
minus 1.
And for E, again K
K
minus
minus
1.
1.
As I said, since with any two vertices with C, it has at most, I mean, one edge. So that's why it has only one restrictions. Okay, so just K into K minus 1 raised to power here is 4. So looking these 5 examples, you can tell me the answer now. Look, Tn is a tree with n vertices. Then what is the number of proper coloring of Tn using K colors?
K into K minus 1 into
K
to the power n minus 1.
K into K minus 1 and power is
To the power n
n
minus 1.
minus 1.
N minus 1.
Yes. For the root, you have K choices, and for all other n minus 1 vertices, you have K minus 1 choices. So this is the, I will use the word later, chromatic polynomial for a tree with n vertex. So if you want to prove this, so we can prove that. Okay, so in the proof I will write the same logics like we used here. Okay, just we have to write this. So I will repeat the theorem. So theorem is like, if Tn is a tree with n vertices, then the number of proper coloring of Tn using K color is K times K minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1. Okay, so for the proof thing, we just have to write. So you can choose any one vertex. Okay, actually since I started with A everywhere, you can take B as the root, no problem. So in that example, you can take B as the root, it will not create problem. Okay, so any one vertex you select as a root. So like, I will write the proof. So for the proof, you choose some vertex. Okay, so you choose any vertex, let's say V. Okay, anyone you can, of T means tree, as a root. Okay, and we can color V in K ways, because total node available colors are K. So we can color vertex V in K ways. K ways. Okay. Now if we extend, so if we extend a proper coloring to new vertices. Okay, so new vertices means vertices other than V. So new vertices as we grow from vertex B. Okay, so V is the root. So and at each step, so at each step, only the color, okay, color of the parent is forbidden. Okay, so parent means the just earlier vertex, like you can see here. So parent vertex for B is A, parent vertex for C is B, parent vertex for D is B. You know that parent vertex of E is A. So so at each step, only the color of the parent is forbidden. Okay, you cannot use the same color as the parent. So just you have one restriction, you have one less choice. So we have k minus 1. Okay, so we have k minus 1 choices for the color of new vertices. Okay, so for all the new vertices like n minus 1 new vertices, you have k minus 1 choices. And that's why you see, like if you have a tree like that, if you do it like this, so n is not fixed, so we will not restrict. But if you go like this, no problem. So at each, this has k choice, this has k minus 1, 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 it has k minus 1 choice, it has k minus 1 choice. So in all, you can conclude that, okay, or we can further write like, furthermore, deleting a leaf shows inductively that every proper K coloring, okay, arise in this way, arise in this way. Okay, so simply you can conclude that. So you can simply conclude that the number of proper coloring of the graph T of a tree with k available color, so this is going to be k into k minus 1 raised to power n minus 1. Okay, so this you have to remember. Now, I would like you to give one question. So for the K3 you already decided. For P2 you can simply say now. So like if you have a P1 or P2, okay, or P3. So these all are actually P4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So like P1, P2, P3, P4. These all are tree, So like chromatic, I mean chromatic polynomial, but I will not use this word now. So actually the total number of proper coloring of P1, okay, using K, so it's a K only. And for P2 if you write using K, so P2 is a tree with two vertices, so it's a K into K minus 1. Then for P3 using K color, so P3 is a tree with three vertices, okay, so I'm using the formula K minus 1 square P4 comma K. So P4 is a tree with four vertices, okay. So it's a k into k minus 1 power 3. Okay. And similarly, if you write for P5, so P5 comma k. Okay. So it is going to be k into k minus 1 raised to power 4. So in general, if I write, okay, so like one result I will write, or we can write note or something. Okay. So what will be answer for this? The total number of proper coloring of Pn with k vertices, k colors. So the Pn is a tree, okay? Pn is a tree. So just you tell me the answer.
Same, sir. K
Yeah.
minus 1 and minus 1.
Yes, same answer it will be because it satisfies the rule for the tree. Okay. Okay, can you try this one question? If you try this, what is the total number of proper coloring of C4 using K colors? Or I may give you some other number, okay? If you want, I can give you like 5. So can you try this? So what is the total number of way of proper coloring of C4 using 5 colors? You can try. So I will give you 2-3 minutes. You just try it. You have C4 and you think you have 5 different colors, right? So it is not necessary you have to use all the 5 color at a time. You have only 4 vertices. So either you can use 2 color or 3 color or 4 color, right? So tell me how many total different way we can do proper coloring to this graph C4 using 5 different colors. Think and tell me.
Sir, 240.
240. Okay. So, okay, let me give you one option as 240. Yes, anyone else? No problem. If you answer
So
incorrectly, no
four
problem.
hundred.
Huh?
So 400. 400.
400. Okay. So, I would say everyone please try. Na? Don't worry if it is correct or incorrect. You just try.
Sir, 260.
260. Okay. Okay, no more. So, let me write next option as none of these. Okay. So let us try. So we have 4 colors, okay? So we have 4 vertices and there's a cycle of 4 color and we have 5 colors available. So it is not necessary to use all 5 color at a time. So we can use one or two. So is it possible if we use only one color? So what will be total number of coloring if we use only one color? So is it possible to label the vertices with the single color?
No, sir.
No, because
No, sir.
it has an age, so you have to use at least 2 color, है ना? So the answer in this case is going to be 0. Okay. Now I want to use any 2 color. Okay. So any 2 color. So if I use 2 colors, okay. So how many different proper coloring we can produce? Okay. So look here. I want to see. So let me name it vertices A, B, C, D. So I want to use 2 colors means actually I would like to break the vertex set actually into 2 independent set so that we can use 2 colors, right? So one, we can take AC as one independent set and BD as one independent set. Okay, AC, you understand? So A and C you can give same color and B and D you can give same color. So then any 2 color you can use and you can produce proper coloring. So for the AC, how many choices you have? You have 5 available colors, and for the BD you have 4 available colors. Because A, if you give those colors, the same color you will give for C. So just think A and C both can be given one color in 5 different way, and BD can be given 4 different way because one color you used at A or C cannot be used at B or D. So total 20 way you have. In 20 different way you can produce a proper coloring to this graph, okay, using 2 colors, any 2 colors. Okay, if I use any 3 color.
Sir, can you explain again, sir?
Yes, see, I want to label the vertices of this graph. Okay, so how many vertices we have? 4. And
Yes, sir.
I'm considering I will use only 2 colors. So how can I do that? Only 2 color I want to use. So think, for the vertex A and for the vertex C, you can use one color, isn't it? And for vertex
Yes, sir.
B and for vertex D, you can use same color. So in this way, you can use any 2 colors. So this look here. So I partitions the vertex into 2 sets, 2 independent sets. So this is the first independent set, the second independent set. So AC can be given any one color, and how many colors available to us? 5 colors. So AC can be colored in 5 ways because I have 5 colors. I will use any one of them. So I have 5 choices for AC. So do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So we have 5 choices for AC. Now one color you will use at A or C, A and C. Okay. So for the BD, how many choices left for you? There were 5 colors. One you used, and A and B are adjacent vertices. You have to use different colors. So for BD, how many choices you have left?
4 choices.
4 choices. Simple. You have 5 colors. One color used, and you cannot use the same color at B because A, B are adjacent. So you have 4 colors left. So 5 fours are 20 different proper coloring you can produce using 2 colors. Any two. You have 5 different colors. So total in 20 way you can write this. Okay, using 2 colors in 20 different way you can produce proper coloring using 2 colors only. Okay, I want to use any 3 color. Strictly I will exactly 3 color I will use. Okay, so exactly 3 colors I will use. So see now, I want to use 3 colors to level the vertex. Okay, exactly 3 colors. I will use 3 different colors for the vertices. So you have to again think. Okay, so how we can do that? I want to use 3 different color for the vertices. Okay, so tell me how you can use 3 colors for that. If you can produce 3 independent sets for the vertices. So tell me any one independent set. I mean, partition the vertices into 3 independent sets.
So AC, B, and D.
So like you can take one color for AC, you can take one color for B, you can take one color for D. No problem. These 3 are independent set. Here I have to use exactly 3 color. Okay, that's why I'm doing this. So I'm dividing the vertex set into this. Acha, or we have other way also, like you can use A single color, you can use at C other color, and at B and D you can use the third color. So there are 2 possible way I have, right?
Yes, sir.
So for AC I can give one color, for B I will give second color, for D I will give third color. This is same. Here A I will use any one color, C I will give any other color, second color, and BD I will give the third color. So these 2 partitions can produce a number of proper coloring using exactly 3 colors. Okay, out of 5. So what is total number of way actually? See. So for this AC you have any one of the 5 you can use. You have 5 choices. Okay. For this B, because you will use second color, so how many choices you have?
4 choices.
4 choices.
4 choice.
And for this D, because you will use the third color, so how many choices we have?
3.
3 choices.
3. Okay. Or means plus. You know the rule, addition rule of counting. So in case of and you multiply, in case of or you add. So adding, again for this A, again you have 5 choices. So either this situation will happen or this will happen. Okay, so for this first one you have 5 choice, for the second one you have 4 choice, for the third one you have 3 choice. Not the same thing twice, you can say you have 2 different partitions. So in 2 way you have, so like you can multiply by 2, 5 4 3 into 2. So total you will get is 120. Okay, actually I have the formula for this answer, but I want you to realize how that formula were derived. Okay, I will derive that much too, but in that way, when I will derive the formula, you will understand better due to this example. So what is going inside in the process when we derive the formula. So you don't have to do this process every time. We have the easier way to do this. Okay, so just for making you understand the process, I'm doing this in exam. If they ask you what is the number of proper coloring of C4 using K colors, you have the easier way. I will do later on. So just 10-15 seconds you can do it. This is the process, so you will understand how we are using, or this way I will use to prove that actually. So 120 different proper coloring I can produce using 3 colors out of 5. Okay, now I want to use any 4 color out of 5. Any 4 colors I want to use. Okay, so how can I do that? We have only 4 vertices. So we can do that vertex set. We can partition into 4 different way: A, B, C, and D, like this. There are 4 independent sets. Okay, so I want to give them different colors, and there is no other another way of partition. This is the only partition, the only way of partition. So you want to color this vertex A. So how many choices for A?
5.
5 choices. For B you have 4 choices. For C you have 3 choices. For D you have 2 choices. So total you count, it's again 120. So means if you are using 4 color out of 5 colors, so then total number of different proper coloring when produces 120. Okay, can I use all the 5 color at the same time? Like any 5 color is the next case I will consider, any 5 colors. So can I use 5 colors for the 4 vertex, or 5 colors in fact you want to say all
No,
5?
sir.
No.
No, sir.
So this cannot be the case. In this case you will get zero answer, like the one color. So you have only 4 vertex, and how can you use all the 5 color at the same time? So 0. So total you can add. So we wanted to all number of parties proper coloring. So it was 0, no, then 20, then 120, then 120. Actually this is the infeasible case. Like we have 4 vertices only, so how, why will I think of coloring with 5 color? So like the number of proper coloring of C4 using 5 colors, and I get is 20 plus 120 plus 120, and this is the 260. Okay, so those who know the formula, just you can replace K by 5 है ना. Actually I will derive this. So C4 using K color, if you see there, so formula is K into K minus 1, K square minus 3K plus 3. So this is the formula. Okay, so the proper coloring of C4 using K colors. K can be any natural number, more than one in fact you have to take. So this is the formula. You can verify this. Okay, so let's verify, is it satisfying? So 5 into 5 minus 1, 4 into 5 square, 25, 5 3 is 15 plus 3. So 20 into this is going to be 13. So it's a 260, and you get 260. Okay, so if you already know this formula, you just put K is equal to 5. But then this is a theorem. Okay, so I will prove this. So the method of proving will be similar to this question like I did. Okay, and how this formula comes, there is other way of also proving. So there are other way of proving also. Okay, so if I write the proposition, okay, so let me do in the same way. Now we will understand better this. So proposition is the number of proper coloring of C4 using K color. So you have just seen the result. It's a K into K minus 1, K square minus 3K plus 3. Okay, so now I will prove how I can do that. Okay, so in C4, okay, I think first I should write the result, or you want me to prove in same way? Okay, so look, so the first case is, again for the first case we'll be using one color. There are k different colors. Okay, so using one color, so if I use one color only, so can we do that? How many different proper coloring I can do? You can think in the last way. 1 2 3 4. I want to use only one color out of 5, and at the same time I want to just use one color out of 5. So can we color this graph?
No, sir.
Now one color you cannot do, like you cannot give same color to this edges, A B C D F I say. So A and B you cannot give the same colors. In this way you will have number of proper coloring 0. In second case, like that, using two colors, you have total k colors, but you will use any two colors. So think of in the same way. I want to use only two colors out of k. So means we have four vertices, and I will use two colors. So again, similar way you have to think. Just there was 5, here is k. So again I will think of, okay, I want to use two colors, just two colors. Means I want to break the vertex set into two independent partitions. So if you break it into two independent partitions, so okay, so vertex set you can break it into a similar way, AC BD. So AC can be given same color, BC can be given same color, because AC are independent and BD are independent. Okay, so for again if you count the number of way, so for the AC, how many choices you have?
K.
K colors available. And for the BD, how many choices you have? K minus
K
1.
Minus 1.
Right? So K into K minus 1, you have this many number of proper coloring you can produce using only two color out of K colors. Comes to a third case. So third case, I want to use only three colors out of K colors. Okay, so means I will try to break these A, B, C, D. Okay, these four vertices into three classes. Okay, or three partitions. So vertex set I can produce three partitions like A union C union B D, because I want to make three different use three different colors. So I want to make three partitions of the vertex set. Or the other way is, and I can give B one color and D is the second color and AC the third color. So again similar way we can count the, so I want to count the number of ways. So for the A I have K colors, K choices. For this C I have to use second color, and I want to use the second color, so I have K minus 1 choices, other color I want to use, that's why. And for the BD I want to use third color, so I have rest K minus 2 choices. Or if you come here, for B I want to use any one color, and either this case or this case. So I'm starting. So for B I have K choices, for D I have K minus 1 choices, and for AC I have K minus 2 choices. So in all, you get 2 times K, K minus 1, K minus 2. These are total number of proper coloring of this graph, है using only 3 color at a time out of K colors. Now the next case comes, you want to use 4 colors out of K colors. You want to use 4 colors. Okay. So 4 different colors you want to use. Okay. So you have only 4 vertices. So the only possibility is if you color the each vertex with different color, right? Because there is no other possibility. So again you can count it. For A you have K choices, and for B you have K minus 1 choices, and for C you have K minus 2 choices. Multiplying because all vertices we have to color, and we have to color D also, so D has K minus 3 choices. So if you write it better way, K minus 1, K minus 2, K minus 3. Again, fifth case you cannot take. If you take fifth, you are using 5 colors, but you have only 4 vertices. So 4 vertices can be है ना used. You can use only at most 4 colors है ना to color this, so you cannot use the more cases. So finally if I come, so what is the total number of way of coloring of C4 using K colors? So in the first case it was 0, so you know है ना, using one color you cannot do that, and using two colors it was K into K minus 1, so it was K into K minus 1. Then using three colors it was 2 times K minus 1, K minus 2, and plus using four colors it is K minus 1, K minus 2, and K minus 3. Okay, so this was the 2 times this, and here was this for the four colors. Now let's simplify. So K into K minus 1 we can take common in all, so left with 1 plus 2 times K minus 2 plus K minus 2, K minus 3. So it is K into K minus 1, and 1 plus 2K minus 4 plus K square minus 5K plus 6. So we are getting K square is alone 2K minus 5K minus 3K. 1 plus 4 plus 6. Sorry, 1 minus 4 plus 6. 7 minus 4 is 3. So you get this. So this way I used and I proved C4 comma K, it's K minus 1 and K square minus 3K plus 3. So this was a traditional way and that takes too much time. So we want to search for the better way, that takes less time and easily we can do. So for that we have result. So let me explain the result. Before that let me write again. So the fourth thing we got here, the total number of proper coloring of Kn using K color, this was K minus 1, K minus 2. I'm writing it again because it will be used for the other questions. So these are the basic formulas that will be used later on. This one, and the number of proper coloring of Kn complement using K color was K raised to power n. And third, the number of proper coloring of Tn, tree with n vertices using K color, this was K into K minus 1 raised to power n minus 1. And fourth thing we derived, so number of proper coloring of C4 using K color. Before C4, if you see any graph, so either it will be Kn or it will be Tn, okay? Like P3, K2, K3, you can see, all will come into this category, either of one. So this we get K into K minus 1 and K square minus 3K plus 3. Okay. So whatever discussed till now, the conclusion is this fourth thing, okay? So like another way to count the coloring is, so you have to, so what we did for the C4. So if I write for the C4, I just observe the color classes of each proper coloring of G. So let me write, like one way we used, the way we used for C4 was what? Actually, what I did, we observed, okay, so for the C4 what I did, just I'm explaining you. So we observed the color classes. You know the color classes. Color classes means it's a set of vertices with same color, okay? So we observed the color classes of each proper coloring of G, okay? That partitions actually, so we partition V vertex set into independent set. Or you can say in which we partitioned vertex set into independent set. Okay. So like you say, so the grouping grouping the coloring according to this partition. Okay, according to this partition. So actually you have seen we were trying to partition the vertex set into one set like using only one color, partition the vertex set into two sets using only two colors, partition the vertex set into three sets means using three color at a time out of k colors, and partition the vertex set into four colors, है ना? So means using four colors. So we were what we were grouping the coloring according to the partition of vertex. Or according to partition actually. So this gives a formula. So I would like to write a formula. Gives a formula for number of proper coloring of graph G using k colors. And that actually nothing but that is a polynomial, that is a polynomial in k of degree ng means number of vertices. So actually what we were doing for the C4 actually, in this way we can find this quantity for any graph, okay, and that will produce a polynomial in k, and the degree of that polynomial will be ng. You can notice here. So degree of this polynomial, if you open it, so degree is going to be 4. Why 4? Because C4 has the 4 number of vertices. Again, you can notice here also, this is a polynomial of degree n because Tn has n vertices. The Kn because Kn complement has 4 vertices, n vertices. Again, this is a polynomial in K having degree n because Kn has n vertices. So actually this number of proper coloring of graph G using k color is nothing but a polynomial in k, and the degree of that polynomial will be the degree, the order of the graph. Degree will be degree of polynomial will be the order of the graph ng. So like for every graph you can do this. You know, what I did for C4, we can do this for every graph. Okay. So I will define chromatic polynomial. Okay. Or you can directly say since so every graph has this property. Which property? The above one. Like you can group the vertices according to the colors, or you can partition the vertices, and then you can find the value of number of proper coloring, like we did for C4. Okay. So since every graph has this property, chi g comma k as a function of, so in that case we'll get chi gk as a function of k, and that is called, and this is called chromatic polynomial. This is called chromatic polynomial, okay, of graph G. So now that is, you just have to know, earlier we were saying this chi gk, actually this was the number of proper coloring of G using k colors, okay, or k available colors. So there were total available colors this. Now I will rename it as, so we'll call it chromatic polynomial. So we'll call this chromatic polynomial. Okay, so this is nothing but the chromatic polynomial in K actually. Okay, so we would like to have the explicit expression for this chi gk. So for that we have the proposition. Okay. So one thing you notice, like everyone know NPR. So I said I will use the notation this one. Okay, and this book also use this notation. So both has the meaning same. This notation, like n factorial, n minus r factorial, है ना? Or you can write it as n minus one, and so on. First term, second term. So number of permutation of n object taken r at a time. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll write r terms. So it is going to be n minus r plus 1. So this notation you are familiar. So let me write one proposition, and this proposition will give explicit expression for chromatic polynomial. So first of all, if I use this notation kr, so just don't be surprised by this notation. This is nothing but k minus 1. I'm repeating, till k minus r plus 1. So this is permutation of k objects or k colors taken r at a time. Okay, so out of k color I'm using only r color at a time. So this expression is equal to k into k minus 1, k minus 2, and so on, k minus r plus 1. This is nothing but kpr. So whatever notation you are familiar with, so actually I will use this. Okay, so the proposition says actually, so you know this notation, then if prg, this is again one notation, prg, so p suffix r of g, okay, this denotes the number of partitions. PRG is the number of partitions of vertex set of a graph into R non-empty independent set. Okay, so you are familiar with both the notation now, K suffix R and PRG. Then our result we want is the chromatic polynomial of G using K colors. This is nothing but PR of G. PR of G is the total number of partitions of the vertex set of a graph into R non-empty independent sets into K of R. Means first you count how many partitions exist of vertex set into R classes, and then you just use R colors out of K colors. So total number of way is going to be, this is nothing but total number of way of using exactly R colors from available K colors. And R can vary from, so R can vary from 1 to number of vertices. Okay. So this is the expression for chromatic polynomial. Okay. And this is nothing but, this is a polynomial of degree, a polynomial in which variable? So variable here is k. Polynomial a k of degree ng. So whatever discussed will now we have discussed. Do you have any doubt in this? Actually, this method is again nothing. I will explain this. This is nothing but what we did earlier. This is the same as what we did for C4. So I will again, you don't have to worry about this expression, like this is what, summation prg into kr, r from 1 to ng. So let me use this expression. So this is a proposition, so I would like to prove this, but before proving, let me give it one application that will make you understand easily. So according to result, chromatic polynomial of G is summation P R G into K of R. R can start with 1, it can go to number of vertices in graph G. Okay, so again my example will be using this formula, find the chromatic polynomial for C4, okay, using K colors. So answer you know already, but I want to say using this formula. So C4, so in C4 you know the number of vertices is 4. So this formula will convert into PRG KR. R starts from 1 go till 4 because number of vertex is 4 in C4. Okay, let's open this. So summation you can simply open. So it will be P1 of G into K1 plus P2 of G into K2, okay, plus P3 of G into K3 and plus P4 of G into K4. You can go till 4 only. So this is the expression for that. Okay. Now you tell me you have the this graph A, B, C, D. P1G means number of partitions of the vertex set into one class. So can you partition the vertex set into one class? Look, partition means independent sets. Okay, so remember, I want to partition this vertex set into one class. So vertex set of G, just one class. So if you write just one class, it is like A, B, C, D. This is just one class. So do you see it is independent set? Is it independent?
No, sir.
No.
No,
That's
sir.
why you cannot partition the vertex set into one class. And due to this reason, P1G is equal to 0. 0 means there is no partition of vertex set into one class. Partition means the set must be independent. Okay. Okay. So that's why P1G goes to 0. Okay. Now I want to find the P2G. So for the P2G, what you want? You want to partition the vertices of this C4 into two classes, means two independent sets. So can anyone tell me? Partition of vertex set into two independent classes, independent set. Yes, tell me.
ACBD, sir. AC and BD.
Correct. So AC, BD, or you write BD, AC, both are same thing. Okay, how many such partition exist? Do you have any more partition other than this?
No, sir.
No. So you have one such partition. So P2G is 1. Means number of partition of the vertex set into two classes or two independent sets. So there is one such partition. This is the one partition actually. Okay, so P2Z you get 1. Now I'm interested in P3Z. So P3Z means we have to partition the vertex set into three independent sets. Yeah. So tell me, vertex set into three independent sets.
So AC, B, and D.
So A you can take alone, C you can take alone, and then you can take BD together because you want to have partition of three independent set. Or you know this we have done already. So now you will understand better because we have already seen this thing. So in your mind it will go easily. So B, D, A, C. We have to partition vertex set into three independent sets. So in three you try to break only these two possibility you have. So means P3G is nothing but 2. Means the partition of the vertex set into three classes. So how many such partition exist? So number of partition of vertex set into three classes is 2. Okay. So I got P3G, P2G, P1G, but we also need P4G. P4G means the partition of vertex set into 4 independent sets. Yeah, so tell me the partition of vertex set into 4 independent sets.
A, B, C, D.
Yeah, A alone, है ना, B alone, C alone, and D alone. There are 4 independent sets. So how many way you can write? It's only one way, है ना. If you write union in other way, that's the same. So P4 you got one. Okay, and now come back to the force. So P1 I get as 0 into K1, you know it's a K. P2 I got 1, and K2, you know, K into K minus 1. Kr is, now you know, K suffix R is K minus 1, K minus 2 R terms. So K2 means 2 terms, K into K minus 1. P3G it was 2, and K3 means K minus 1, K minus 2. And again P4 it was 1, and K4, so K4 is K minus 1, K minus 2, K minus 3. 4 terms, okay, in product. Now let's simplify this. So this will give you K minus 1 plus 2, K minus 1, K minus 2. So I did the same thing like earlier, just I explained you what this PR and KR are, okay. K minus 1, K minus 2, and K minus 3. Now if you simplify this, so we already simplified, so you get the same thing, K minus 1 and K square minus 3K plus 3. Okay, so I tried C4, okay, using this expression. That is the same thing like we did here, okay. So this was the same thing here using 4 colors. So I was actually finding P4 here using 3 colors. I was finding P3, P2, P1, okay, and then number of possible like KR, है ना. This was the same thing I was doing there. Just only here new is PR and KR. Fine. Any doubt here in this expression or its application? Okay, so no doubt means good. So you get 4 expressions you already got: chromatic polynomial for Kn, chromatic polynomial for Kn bar, chromatic polynomial for Tn, and chromatic polynomial for C4. Okay, using K colors. So actually I have written this expression. So I like to prove this. So I will prove in the same way. Okay, so just let me write. So this proposition what I wrote, I would like to prove it now. So proposition was uh, Kr for us was K minus 1, K minus 2 till R terms, so K minus R plus 1, and PRG is the number of partition of vertex set into R non-empty independent set. Independent, okay, independent set. Then chromatic polynomial of graph G using K colors, or in terms of K is summation PRG into KR, R from 1 to number of vertices. Okay, so I want to prove this formula in general now. We use this for K4, but I wanted to prove it in general now. Just we have to again write the argument to prove this. So KR means we are using R colors out of K colors, है ना. at one time, using R color at one time, or total permutation of K colors taking R colors at a time. Okay, so let's start proving. So for the proof, when R colors are used in a proper coloring, okay, when R colors are used in a proper coloring, the color classes, so the color classes partitions the vertex set into, so when R colors are used in a proper coloring, the color classes partition the vertex set into exactly R independent set. And you know this already, है ना? You collect the vertices with same color, that is independent set, है ना? So for corresponding to R colors, we will have R independent sets or independent classes, है ना? Or that you call it color classes. So independent sets, which can happen, in how many ways? So I'm using R colors, okay, which can happen in PRG ways, means number of partition it is. So number of partition of vertex set into R independent set can happen in this way, because the notation itself says it is the number of partitions, okay, in vertex set into R independent set. So number of partition can happen in PR ways, okay. And when K colors are available, okay, there are exactly KR ways, okay, means I have total K colors, I want to use only R of them because we have R independent sets, okay, we want to use R of them. So the number of way, है ना, of selecting R colors out of K colors, है ना, arranging them is KR ways, or number of permutation of K colors taken R at a time, this is KR. So we have KR ways to choose, है ना, colors and assign them to the color classes. So different classes. So like out of K colors, you first select R colors, okay, and then assign them to the classes. Total number of way you can do that is KR. And all the proper coloring arise in this way, okay, arise in this way. So you can simply say that PRG is the total number of partition, and the number of way you can distribute R colors out of K colors to the color classes this, and R is varies from 1 to number of vertices, so formula established. Okay. Next thing remains is we have to prove this is just we have to justify. So it is a polynomial in K having degree ng. Okay. So PRG is a number. You notice it because it is a number of partitions. It will give you some constant, one partition or two partition or three. Now, how many different partitions you can do of the vertex set? So to prove it is a polynomial of degree k, so let us write the argument. So furthermore, as Kr is a polynomial in K, okay, so Kr is a polynomial in K, and PRG is a constant term. You know why constant is the number of partitions. So it's a constant term. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, or as many partitions you can form a vertex. So this is a constant for each R. So that's why you can say this chi G comma K is a polynomial of K. And when G has, so graph has n vertices, when the graph has n vertices, okay, so when the graph has n vertices, there is exactly one partition, there is exactly one partition of vertex set into n independent sets. So do you understand this line? So graph has n vertices and you want to partition the vertex set into n independent set. So you have the only way, right? Each independent set will be a single term, है ना? So one, you want to partition into n independent set. So each independent set is a singleton set, है ना? Containing one vertex. So you have only one way. So why I'm doing this? So if you see the last term in this expression, when you put R as n, suppose n is the number of vertex, that's why. So Png into Kn. So Png is going to be 1 and Kn you understand. Okay, so K into this. So actually what I want to say from this, that actually Kn will contain the term K suffix n will have the leading term K raised to power n, because K minus 1, K minus 2 and n terms, so you will have K raised to power n as the leading term of this polynomial. So we want to say that degree is going to be n because I have taken n as the degree of the n as the number of vertices of the graph. So simply we want to conclude the proof. So simply we can say and you cannot have no partition using more than n sets, or sorry, more than so since vertex graph has only n vertex, okay, so you cannot partition the vertex set into n plus 1 sets. Can you partition that? No, then something will be empty. Vertex set has n vertices, n elements. You want to partition the vertex set into n plus 1 sets. So you cannot do that unless there is an empty set. But we want all non-empty. So that's why they're saying no partition using more than n sets. है ना? So that's why. So the leading term is going to be. So leading term is nothing but k raised to power n, and not more power of k, only k raised to power n. And that's why we want to say actually that this is a polynomial in k of degree n. So n actually here I have written degree, but in general ng, number of vertices in graph. Okay, so we established this. Now we want to have the better way. Okay, actually this method will not help you much, like if I give you for 5, so it will take too much time. This method will take too much time. So we have alternative method also now. To find chromatic polynomial, we have the alternative method again, and that method is called actually recursive computation, or okay, or chromatic recurrence. Okay, so this method, using this method, we already derived formula for C4. Okay, so like what I want to say, so let me write the remark. So in the remark, like computing chromatic polynomial. So computing chromatic polynomial using expression, this one like chromatic polynomial of G using K, this one PRG into KR, okay, R from 1 to NG. So using computing chromatic polynomial using this expression is not generally feasible, okay, is not generally feasible. Means it will take too much time, okay, or it's not easy. As there are, okay, as there are too many partitions. To consider. Actually, C4 was the easier case. It has only 4 vertices. So you have the less number of partitions. But for the C5, C10, if I give, there are too many partitions. So it may take much time. Actually, since C4 was relatively simple graph. Okay, C4 was relatively simple graph. And we have calculated chromatic polynomial for C4 using this graph, using this expression or this formula. But for graph, okay, so for graph of higher order, for graph of higher order and higher size, so for graph of higher order and higher size, it becomes complicated, huh? It becomes complicated. So actually, so we go for other way, and that way is, so we go for other way, and that is recursive computation. Okay, so we go for recursive computation. So we go for recursive computation, which is very much similar to that. Which is very much similar, and that uses actually, so which is very much similar, and that uses, that used to count number of spanning tree. Okay, so in that actually in the recursive computation, will count number of spanning trees by contraction. So by contraction of an edge. So let me call that edge E. So actually in the recursive computation, we have to count the number of spanning tree by contraction of an edge E in the graph G. In the graph G. So the next question is, what is this word contraction? What is contraction of an edge? So what is this word? What is the meaning of contraction of an edge in a graph? So let me first define this, then we'll continue. So the next term is contraction of a graph, no, of an edge in a graph in G. So do you have any idea about this word? Contraction? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what do you do in this?
Shrinking.
Yes, so you shrink the edge to the vertex. Yes, so thus just you have to do that. Okay, so in that actually what you do, so if I write the definitions, you already know that. So just uh, in a graph G, contraction of, like you call edge E, है ना, with endpoints, call with endpoints, let's say U and V. Okay, so there is an edge E in the graph which has endpoint U and V. So what you do, you replace U and V by the single vertex. Okay, so we replace V and U and V by single vertex. Okay, like we shrink that edge to the vertex. And so we replace U and V by single vertex. Okay, you can name something, and whose incident edges, so whose, like incident edges, whose incident edges are the edges other than E. Okay, are the edges other than E, and that were incident on U or V. So the resulting graph. So we know, we give this notation G dot E. Okay, so means contraction of the edge E in the graph G has one less edge, okay, than G. Or you can say simply, so contraction of edge E shrinks the edge to a single point. So this much line you can write in simple word. Okay, contraction of edge E shrinks the edge to a point. Okay, to a single point, single vertex. Okay, so for example, suppose this is a graph. Okay, let's say this is a graph and this is edge E, and call it U comma V. So this is graph G. So G dot E will be what? So as we said, let me say A B C. Okay, so A is here, B is here, C is here, as we have seen. So we'll shrink this UV edge to one point, call this point W, and any vertex incident to U or V, you can take incident to W. So like there was an edge in AU, so you will take AW, है ना? So there is inside AU, so you will take AW. BV, so BW. Okay, there was CU or CV, so it's a CW. So I think it has one less vertex, not the edge, है ना? The resulting graph has one less vertex than G, right? So here I've written edge. Is it correct? So what? I have, sorry, not here. Here I have written here, the resulting graph G dot E has one less edge or vertex. What do you think? Edge or
So
vertex?
edge,
Hmm? G dot E has
Both,
just
sir.
but
Both are.
look here.
Yes, sir. Both.
How many edges are here? Okay, so we remove actually we ignore the multiple edges. Fine, no problem. That will work. Okay. So or actually we for the counting of for the like number of proper counting. So we don't care about the multiple edges, right? So if you want to write like there was a to U, okay, the A to W we had taken. So here you can take this one and one more you can take because there was C to U and C to V. But U V shrink to a point W, so you can take C to W to multiple edges. Fine. So actually you can write in this way. And yeah, I missed this. Okay, yeah, this is correct. G dot E.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
in the proper counting, what we do actually, we don't care about the multiple edges. In the proper counting, you understand there is one edge or two edge or three edge between two vertex. They do not affect the counting actually. That's why what we do, we'll just consider single edge between two vertex if there is multiple. So we'll ignore others. Okay. So like you can write in a note or remark, since the number of proper coloring or proper K coloring is unaffected, okay, is unaffected by multiple edges. Okay, so actually we discard, so actually we discard multiple copy of edges. Okay, that arise from contraction. So we'll just ignore the, we'll just keep one copy of each of the form of simple graph, to make the simple graph. So we'll try to consider the simple graph. Okay, we'll remove. So corresponding to that, so here if you want to write this again, so like 1, 2, so you can take this and you can make this. For the proper counting, you can take this as this, no problem. So it will not affect the counting actually. Okay, so this was the contraction, you already know. Then now I will come to the main point. So main result is this result, or you call it theorem or proposition. So theorem is chromatic recurrence. Okay. So in this way, what this formula says, if G is a simple graph, okay, G is a simple graph and E is an edge in graph G. Okay, so G is a simple graph and E is a graph in G. Then what happens actually? The chromatic polynomial of G is equal to chromatic polynomial of G minus E. So you remove that edge from the graph, minus chromatic polynomial of G dot E, means contraction of edge E in the graph G. This one. So this is the expression. Chromatic polynomial of G is equal to chromatic polynomial of G minus E minus chromatic polynomial of G dot E. So before proving this, I would like to solve few examples and to check. Then I will come to the proof of this. So try one. Like start with the C4 only. So for example, using above result, find the chromatic polynomial of C4. है ना? You try first. Everyone try this. And first, actually, answer will be same in mathematics. What happens? You go with any way, answer will be same. Just you verify. Okay, are you getting the same thing? or different? So let me write. Okay, so G, I would say G as C4. So C4, you know, this is C4. A, B, C, D. Okay, no problem. Now I want to have G minus E. So G minus E means, so you first select any one as the edge E. Suppose I take this as edge E. So G minus E means remove that edge. Only remove that edge. So this A, B, C, D. Okay. And now, so what is the name of this G minus E? This is nothing but P4. Or you can say it's a tree with 4 vertices. Okay. Every Pn is a Tn actually, you know. So P4 is a tree with. And then we want to have G dot E. So as E, I have taken this CD. So CD will shrink to a point. So this point and A, B are here. So A, B are joined. This and this. So A, B, and this CD will shrink to a point. So let me call it W. Okay. This is G dot E, and this is nothing but you can say it's a K3. Okay. So you have C4, G minus E is P4, and G dot E is K3. Now let's apply this formula. So chromatic polynomial of C4 using K is G minus E, मतलब C4 minus is E. Okay, so that was that you have seen. It's nothing but P4 comma K minus K3 comma K. Fine. And you already have these two. And we have already derived these two. So now question is, tell me what is the chromatic polynomial for P4? Yeah, what is
So
chromatic
K
polynomial?
into K minus 1 whole cube.
Whole cube. Okay, you know it's a tree of vertex 4. So you know k into k minus 1 power n minus 1 minus. What is the chromatic polynomial for K3? K3, complete graph. Tell me, what is the K3 for K3?
So K into K minus 1 into K minus 2.
Yes, k into k minus 1 into k minus 2. You know, because just very simply you got just in 2 steps. And if you know this chromatic recurrence formula, you can just derive this C4 into this way. And there we took too much time, I think. No, we partitioned and all. So now you can take k into k minus 1 common, and you have now k minus 1 square minus k minus 2. Okay. So k into k minus 1, you can open this k square minus 2k plus 1 minus k plus 2. And k into k minus 1 and k square minus 3k plus 3. So this is the same formula. So if in exam they ask you to find the chromatic polynomial for C4, you can use this way. You just know this recurrence, just refer this. You write this relation and then you use that, you find this. Okay, so till here any doubt?
No, sir.
So you can simply using this chromatic recurrence, you can find the chromatic polynomial. So you try few questions. So I will give you few questions, then I will come back to the proof. So first you try few questions, then I will be back to the proof of this result. So one example I have, let me give you the graph. So the graph is this one. Okay. So everyone please try and tell me the answer. So I am waiting for your answer. Okay. This is the graph G. So what is the question to you? Question to you is what is the chromatic polynomial of G in K? Try this using this recurrence formula. You find this.
Yes, sir.
What do you get?
Sir, k into k minus 1 into k minus 2 whole square.
Okay. So k into k minus 1 into k minus 2 whole square. Yeah, everyone getting same or someone getting different? It's not difficult task, right? Because just you g minus e. Okay, so e I have not given to you. So which one you considered as e?
Yes, sir. B D edge.
Okay. So A, B, C, D. Okay. So you remove
Yes,
this.
sir.
Okay, you are also getting same. Good. So now G dot E. So contraction of A is E if you do. So BD will shrink to a point. So you have only left A and C. C, A, and this BD will be new. W, let's say. So this finally, this is nothing but P3. This is going to be P3 and this is going to be C4. Okay. C4 and P3. So now it's easy. Okay. Just use the result. So G minus E comma K minus chromatic polynomial of G dot E comma K, and this is going to be G minus E is nothing but C4, and you already know for the C4. C4 was K into K minus 1, K square minus 3K plus 3 minus G dot E is P3. You already know for the P3. It was K into K minus 1 whole square. Okay, P3 is a tree with 3 vertices. So that's why you take k into k minus 1 common and you are left with k square minus 3k plus 3 minus k plus 1. So k into k minus 1 and k square minus 4k plus 4. Okay. Oh, you can also write it k into k minus 1 and it's a k minus 2 whole square. Okay. So is it correct? Fine.
Yes.
Okay, so the other question you can do, try one more, then I will back to the proof. So one more example you try, you all people. So let A, B, C, D. Okay, there are 4 vertices and take E as this edge. Okay, so find the again chromatic polynomial for this graph. What you got?
Sir, k minus 2 into k minus 1 whole square.
Okay, correct. So again, everyone I think will be able to do this.
Yes, sir.
So simply this is graph G. Okay, so you can find graph G minus E. So you remove that edge. Okay, so it's this, this, and this. If you remove that edge, so A, B, C, D, and you can see this is nothing but P4, है ना? And if you find G dot E, so G dot E, you will shrink the AC into 1 point, and B is here, so that will be there. Fine,
P3.
yeah. So it is going to be P3. Now we can simply use the formula. So for the G minus E dot K, G minus was P4. For P4, you know, it's a tree with 3 vertices, K minus 1 whole cube. And G dot is P3, so it's a K into K minus 1 whole square. Because P3 is a tree with 3 vertices and P4 is a tree with 4 vertices. Now you take common K minus 1 square, you take common, so you will left with K minus 1 minus 1. So this is nothing but K, K minus 2 and K minus 1 square. That is the answer. Okay. So do you have any doubt till now? Just we have derived formula for chromatic polynomial, okay, and that was nothing but number of proper coloring of the graph using K colors. So no doubt. बोलो भाई, यस नो, सब थक गए क्या? लंबी क्लास हो गई.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
ओके, कोई बात नहीं, तो आज फिर स्टॉप करते हैं इसको. प्रूफ नेक्स्ट क्लास में स्टार्ट करेंगे. ये जो क्रोमेटिक रेगरेंस फॉर्मूला है, सो इसका प्रूफ करते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में, एंड देन विल solve few problems. So we have to solve the problem based on these topics. So from the exercises, 5.3 exercise actually we are solving. So next class I will solve exercise from 5.3 and the proof of this. Okay, so what we do actually, so in the next class I would like to do proof of a recurrence formula and then problem from exercise 5.3. Okay, then this chapter will be completed and then we'll start with the sixth chapter. Okay, so if you don't have doubt, then we can stop here. No problem. Have 4 minutes left. So do you have more classes after this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, you don't have
No,
any
sir.
class after this. Okay. Okay, then bye and take care of yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.